Hey guys, I hope everybody had a very Merry Christmas. Uh, and in the case of this one, it should be Halloween because this is kind of a costume, I would think, because a lot of it doesn't make sense. And I cannot find the post that went along with this photo. There was a Facebook post, a guy, and this is a picture of his dad. And he said that his dad did 32 years in the military. He did some time in the Marine Corps, didn't specify. And here he is in a set of dress blues. So there's just a shitload of stuff that was just glaring at me and barking out. And I made a post on the channel asking everyone's opinion. And there's some really good thoughts about it. And we'll kind of go over the ribbon rack a little bit and the badges. So 32 years in the military total. Some Marine Corps time, which I'm assuming maybe first enlistment and then went Army. The first thing, being an old paratrooper that I am, the two sets of jump wings had me just screaming, no, no, no. You don't wear two pair of jump wings. As a matter of fact, the Marine Corps goes to the Army Basic Airborne School at Fort Benning. He's got Marine Corps jump wings under his combat infantry badge while he's wearing military police branch on his uniform, which, okay, I get it. No, I don't. But he could have cross branched. But you don't wear it's the same school. You only go to the school one time. You don't go back to airborne school because you came from the Marines and you were airborne qualified. You don't go back to jump school when you come in the Army. It's the same friggin' jump school. So that being said, you wear one set. Um, Being in the Army, he could wear the Army basic airborne, which he's got those on the pocket. Fine and dandy. Combat infantry badge kind of goes along with the Vietnam campaign ribbon he's wearing. I could see that, but I don't know. And some of the ribbons. Once we get to the overseas ribbon, fifth row from the top, second from the left, that's your overseas ribbon, which doesn't have any numbers in it. So one overseas tour. Um, the rest of the stuff I haven't even looked up. So any of you Marine Navy guys out there, from there down, the last three rows and the two on the right on the fourth row up, if anybody's got any info on those, post it on my, make a comment on my post on the channel. So, CIB, uh, the second set of airborne wings, and we go to his top ribbon is a bronze star, and it looks like it's hard to see, but it looks like it might have a V for valor. It's not an oak leaf cluster. Purple heart, and it looks like it's got an oak leaf cluster, but it's black. It's really hard to tell. The picture wasn't that super high quality. 32 years, and he got one Army Commendation Medal. The ribbon next to that, and I'm going by order of precedence. The ribbon next to that is the Army Good Conduct Medal. The only way to get an Army Good Conduct Medal is to be enlisted in the United States Army. Marine Corps time does not qualify you for an Army Commendation Medal. And you get a medal for every 3 years, so long as you have no NJP or court martials or anything like that. And it appears it's got the knot bar. Now, each one of those knots is 3 years. So the ribbon itself is 3 years. And then each knot on the device is another 3 years. And there appears to be 5 knots. 5 knots is 15 years, plus the ribbon is 18 years. So he did 18 years enlisted. And let's say he had 4 years in the Marine Corps. That's 22 years enlisted, I think. I don't know. Like I said, it's a friggin' costume. He's got a National Defense Service ribbon, but must have got out before you could get a. I got a star on mine, so I got a second award of the National Defense Service ribbon or a service medal. Um, I don't know. And then the next ribbon, I have no idea what it is. It's not an army ribbon. And then you go over to the next one, and I'm looking at the ribbons as I'm looking at the rack. You go over to the next one. It's got white in the center with red on the right, blue on the left. And I'm looking at the army ribbons, and I don't see that ribbon anywhere in the army ribbons. So I don't know. The next row, yet again, another shit show going on there. But let's go. I see he's got, I don't know. It's a shit show. It is a shit show. And when you start looking at ribbons, you start going cross eyed, especially when it's not really following order of precedence. But the fourth row from the top, all the way on the right, is the non commissioned officer professional development ribbon with a 3 on it. That means he did, and I'm dating myself, PLDC, BNOC, and ANOC, Advanced Non-Commissioned Officers Course. That's for an E6 promotable to E7 or an E7. So that doesn't make any sense. Then you go next row down all the way to the left. That's his Vietnam campaign ribbon. Then he's got the overseas ribbon with no numbers on it. Then he's got and then I have no idea what the rest of those ribbons are. It's a bunch of fruit salad shit. Makes no sense. We get on to the pocket. He's got Ranger tab. Then he's got the Army Basic Airborne. And then he's got something that I have no idea what the hell that is. None. Woodrow said something about the Warrant Officer hat badge, but it's not. The Army has something that's similar, which is a career counselor badge, but it's not. That's not what it looks like. It does have an eagle with a wreath thing going on, but the eagle's totally different. So I have absolutely no idea what that is. The badge on the pocket directly under that, and I don't know if you can wear 2 badges on the pocket or not. I don't think you can. I think it's 1, but I could be mistaken on that. I didn't even bring up 670-1, which is the Army regulation, to even look. But it looks like it might be like a recruiter badge of some type. And then he's got a drill sergeant badge. However, you have to have 22 years time in service with 3 years time in grade as a lieutenant colonel to get promoted. That's the minimums to get promoted to full bird colonel. And he's wearing colonel rank on his shoulders. I wish I could have saved that post, but it somehow mysteriously disappeared. Probably because the guy was catching so much heat for posting it. Um, I don't know. So if anybody wants to do the deep dive on this, please do. Because I'm interested in the. I'm gonna probably, if I get bored, I'll look up some of those other ribbons in the other services. But these guys just throw a bunch of shit on their uniform and think it's okay. If I were to put on my uniform for whatever function, you can bet your ass my shit would be correct per AR 670 1 today, not when I got out. Um, so many questions, too many questions. Um, the Purple Heart, I guess that could be a bronze oak leaf cluster on there, which means a second award. Uh, but it looks black to me, so I don't know. I really don't know. And there's more questions than there are answers looking at this costume. Because at this point, I'm not even going to call it a military uniform. I'm going to call it a costume. I don't think I've ever seen a commissioned officer wear a clip-on tie. Ever. They always seem to tie their ties. Us lazy ass NCOs, we get the clip-ons, clip them on. This guy's wearing a clip-on tie. You can see the little black piece going over the collar. I don't know, guys. The post is up. It's on the channel. Go in and make a comment. Let me know what you think. And since I did a video on Jeremy, I'm thinking about doing a live, uh, maybe a New Year, day before New Year's Eve or whatever, Kaiser video. What the new year has in store and where is Kaiser now? And just kind of recap some of his stolen valor antics. And those that thought it was a great idea to support him. But let me know in the comments on this one if you want to see that. We can do a recap. Um, just something to do. Keeps me busy. And I've been kind of slacking on the channel by not making videos. But I wanted to do this one. And I'm starting to pick up a lot more stuff like this. Oh, that ribbon rack just makes me want to vomit. There's just so much wrong there. And granted, people move between the branches, but you don't wear two sets of jump wings. It's two sets of wings for the same fucking thing. Come on. And this guy's a colonel. He should know better. Well, maybe he's a colonel in the Tennessee State Guard. Maybe that's it. Maybe he was down there with Ernie. I don't know. Ugh. Anyway, hey, make sure you hit the subscribe, the thumbs up, the likes, all that other crap. And I'm going to try and bring you more content for the new year of 2026 coming up in less than a week. So, with that, have yourself a great day. If I can get this to stop. Yeah, there we go.